Economics. It's a word that can spark confusion or even dread. Understanding basic economics is crucial for navigating our complex world. It's like knowing physics to launch a rocket. We use economic indicators to understand our economies. These indicators are the language of economics. GDP measures the total value of goods and services. It's a measure of a nation's economic pulse. Tracking GDP gives insights into economic health, but GDP is not the only player. Other indicators like GNP and GVA offer unique perspectives. Each metric provides a different lens on economies. In the following sections, we'll demystify these indicators. By the end, you'll understand these economic signposts. Let's begin with the cornerstone of economic measurement, gross domestic product, GDP. GDP represents the total monetary value of all final goods and services produced within a country's geographical boundaries during a specific time frame, usually a year or quarter. It encompasses everything from the cars manufactured in Detroit to the haircuts given in a local barbershop. There are two primary methods for calculating GDP: the factor cost method and the market price method. The factor cost method sums up the income earned by factors of production, wages, profits, and rents. In contrast, the market price method adds up the total expenditure on final goods and services in the economy. Both methods, when accurately calculated, should ideally yield the same GDP figure. Imagine GDP as a massive pie chart. Each slice represents a different component of economic activity. The largest slice typically belongs to consumer spending, followed by investments made by businesses. Government spending and net exports, exports minus imports, make up the remaining slices. By analyzing the relative sizes of these slices, economists can gauge the driving forces behind economic growth or contraction. While GDP provides a snapshot of a nation's internal production, Gross National Product, GNP, expands the scope to encompass the economic activities of its citizens and corporations, regardless of their location. GNP measures the total value of goods and services produced by residents of a country, even if that production occurs on foreign soil. Consider a scenario involving a multinational company headquartered in country A, but operating factories in country B. The output from those factories in country B contributes to country A's GNP because the company's ownership and profits flow back to country A. In contrast, that same output would be counted as part of country B's GDP because the production physically takes place within its borders. The distinction between GDP and GNP becomes particularly relevant when considering countries with substantial foreign investments or remittances from citizens working abroad. For example, a country with many citizens working overseas might have a higher GNP than GDP because it includes the income earned by its citizens abroad. Section 4, NNP and depreciation, a realistic view. Moving beyond the raw output captured by GDP and GNP, net national product, or NNP, introduces a crucial adjustment: depreciation. Depreciation accounts for the wear and tear on capital goods, such as machinery, buildings, and infrastructure used in the production process. Think of it like this. When a company uses a machine to produce goods, that machine gradually loses value over time due to wear and tear. This loss of value, or depreciation, represents a cost of production. NNP factors in this cost, providing a more accurate reflection of the true value added to the economy. To calculate NNP, we subtract depreciation from GNP. This adjustment gives us a clearer picture of the net increase in an economy's productive capacity after accounting for the cost of using and maintaining capital goods. NNP provides a more sustainable measure of economic growth, as it considers the need to replace worn-out capital over time. Section 5, GVA. Zooming in on sector performance. GVA, or gross value added, zooms in on the contributions of specific sectors within an economy. It measures the value added by each industry during production. For example, in making bread, the farmer grows the wheat, the miller grinds it into flour, and the baker bakes the bread. GVA calculates the value added at each stage. It helps identify key drivers of economic growth and areas of weakness. Understanding GVA equips us to interpret economic data and make informed decisions.